Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and this is game number 2 of a best of 3. It's going to be on Belshire. It is a bit of Zerg versus Protoss, and that is always good because it's a good matchup. Game number 1 was pretty swish, it was pretty close as well, and honestly I think the victor was well deserving because they played very well, but I'll talk about that in a second because maybe some people have got to game 2 first by some crazy thing where the game 2 title was a bit confusing, but go find game number 1. But while we're here, let me introduce these two players. Down in the bottom right, playing as the red Protoss player from Team XMG, it is ToD. And his opponent up in the top left, the blue Zerg player from Team Liquid, TLO, who went for a 6 pull. Oh yeah, he did it. You saw it here first, guys. A 6 pull from TLO. Is this going to make or break the game? Is he going to be able to win here? Is he going to lose here? This could be very quick, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Okay, TLO, you went for... Oh no, it must have been a 7 pull, actually. Or was it a 6 pull? I just don't know anymore. But he's getting an Overlord out, so he's clearly going to be flooding a lot of lings. 6 pull is down. The money is nearly there for the 3 Zerglings. There we go. 150 just as it finishes. Boom! 6 Zerglings are on their way out. They're coming across the map. ToD, build a gateway, ToD. Do it. Do it. Build a gateway. You know you want to. Build it right there to add as a nice little wall off. Go on. Go on, ToD. Whatever you do, ToD, do not go Nexus first right now. I think that's what you're going to do, though. Oh, the probe! The probe is coming. Okay. Okay, ToD, you're... It's a 6 pool, and you've gone Nexus first against a 6. The Zerglings right here, and some more Zerglings right here, and the Forge is coming down. Okay, the Forge is coming down. What is he seeing? Okay, he now sees the Zerglings, and he's just gonna be like, well, I can't actually say what he's probably thinking because I try to keep this channel relatively PG, but yes, in come the Zerglings. Forge is nearly down. A second pylon. This is critical because now a cannon can go here, and the Zerglings would have to kill 2 pylons in order to stop it. But of course, the Zerglings now coming in. ToD, you've got to probe micro like a boss. Here he goes. He's pulling the probes. You know, we're doing a little probe dance. The probe dance is occurring. The Zergling dance is also occurring. Cannon is on its way down. The probe's going to start fighting here with a tight choke. They don't want to get surrounded. Good fighting here. Trying to get the surround. Good control here by ToD like a boss. The pylon is going to start taking some damage, but I still think that cannon is in range of that pylon, so that's okay. Just trying to buy time here. The Zerglings do get surrounded. A couple of probes starting to go down, though, but so are the Zerglings. Oh my goodness. ToD, he cleaned it up. He cleaned it up and did not take too much damage. 4 workers have been killed. He's ahead 16-12. Oh, ToD, that was beautiful to see. TLO, what are you going to do about this now? Well, you've got a queen down, and you are getting out some lings. A couple more lings, you've got quite a few drones there, and you're taking a natural base. So 6 pull into expand, yeah, that's a legit strategy. This is totally how TLO saw this going. When he went for that 6 pull, he was like, yeah, this is just a bit of early aggression. I'm going to expand out of this, and so I'll go from a 6 pull into Broodlord Ultra late game. That's totally how TLO saw this working out, I can assure you. But yes, ToD, he's going to be happy right now because he's like, herpy derpy. I went Nexus first, and I still held your 6 pull. Where is your swarm now? Muhaha. ToD probably wouldn't actually say that. Having met ToD, he'd probably just sit there, looking slightly annoyed, maybe a little smile. May say how broken Zerg is for being able to do that, but yeah, anyway. Cybercore on its way down. These 2 lings really are not a threat in the slightest. They're going to maybe take down a pylon, which would be a little bit frustrating, but it's not like a double thing. The probe is going to come down, probably going to make another pylon, just to make sure that it's not too annoying. A photon cannon actually going to try and come down here, which is an interesting choice, with probes also getting pulled. Just going to make sure that these 2 lings aren't able to do much, because the Zealot isn't quite out on the field quite yet. Probes will force back those lings. A second pylon coming down, and ToD is having to do a bit of a funky wall off and all of those shenanigans, but to be honest, to make sure that he gets the cannon down on the Cybercore here, gets the wall off up, it's fine. TLO has got himself quite a long way behind. Admittedly, he has caught up now, up to 26, but yeah, it's still not ideal. It's not something that you're ever going to want as a Zerg player, to go for a 6 pull and then only kill 4 workers. It's just not really worth it. If we look at the resources lost, it doesn't actually tell the full story, because it shows that clearly ToD has lost double the amount of stuff that TLO has, but TLO has taken a massive hit in terms of his drone count. He's also getting 2 gas up off of 2 bases. TLO clearly does not want this game going on for too long. He's just like, well, if my 6 pool didn't work, maybe if I just sneak out some gas here off of 2 bases, I can kill you on 2 bases, because that'll definitely work. I'll give that a try. Now, of course, Gateway is coming down. That's the second gay. 2 gases up here for ToD as well. He's just getting a second. His Nexus is on its way. 2 Spine Call is coming down here from TLO. So maybe those 2 gases are just in an attempt to get down a Rotoron really quick and get some rotors out, thinking he's gonna die. Currently, he's not dying though, and that's going to be good news for TLO, except that he doesn't have the information that he needs to work out that actually I'm not dying quite yet, but I could be in a minute. The 2 queens are out pushing this creep forward. They're going to make sure these 2 spines get up as safely as possible. The probe is coming back, but Pylon's already coming down at the 3rd base location and a bit further back as well. Just making sure that, yeah, just some good information, to be honest. Just going to be able to warp in, the mothership core coming through. ToD going for a very different strategy compared to game number 1, getting that robotic facility down, which he didn't make at all in the first game. Instead, he went for obviously those 3 Stargates, a lot of Voidways, so very different here. This one lone Zergling, being a good little Zergling, going to start trying to take that out, because that is what Zerglings do. They like being helpful in that sort of way. Now, sitting up here, we do of course have the Lings on their way down. They're going to just come and take a little look around. Double evolution chamber here for TLO as well, so he can start up the 1-1 upgrades, getting +1 melee, so this could be a rush up into ultras. That's a possibility. I know that's a little way down the line still, but it's not actually that far, because usually you'd see the Hive at around 11 minutes, but of course with the lair not even started yet, it's going to be later than that, and also off a 6 pool it's going to be later. That Zealot does get taken out. ToD, meanwhile, getting up his 3rd and 4th gas. The Overlord can see both of them, so that's some good information coming down for TLO. This wall-off is very peculiar looking, but it's still functional, and that's the most important thing. And yeah, all in all, we do see here the Forge, about a quarter done, everything looking quite nice, and yeah, everything as it stands, not too much to worry about. These Zealots are going to start taking a little bit of damage here, and with the Mothership Core, it has to get focused down. The Queen is the important thing, but the Zealots are focusing down the Queen. That means the Mothership Core will stay up, and of course with nothing else that can, yeah, well, with Mothership Core up, nothing can shoot up with the Queen dead, so Mothership Core is going to have a bit of a party. Going to start killing off Zerglings, killing off drones, generally being a right nuisance. The lair is on its way down here as well for TLO, so he's trying to tech up, but it is a bit late. The 2nd Queen coming forward, a Spine Caller there as well, but this 3rd hatchery taking a lot of fire. The Zerglings are going to be able to clean up the Zealots, and TLO is going to save that hatch. Such an important win for him. He needs to keep that up, but ToD, he's getting down double forges. He's triple forges, ToD. ToD, you've already got a Forge, man, and you're getting 2 more. Are you going to be going for triple upgrades? Because I'm not going to lie, that would be pretty awesome. His Proxy Pylon's getting taken out, though. TLO's starting to try and retake the map. He's got Zerglings around here, there, everywhere. Going to see if ToD's tried to take a 3rd, which he hasn't. He's comfortable on 2 bases, sitting there at 48 workers, the 50 drones of TLO. So he's like, well, guess what? I'm pretty much with you economically. I don't need to rush out a 3rd. I need to get up some tech, and then I should be fine. A lot of sentries as well, adding to this very comfortable wall off. The robotics facility was only used to pump out observers. There isn't an immortal down. There's 2 observers on the map. They're just kind of making way through. The lair is done. The infestation pit on its way. The 2 melee upgrades. This is definitely looking like that quick tech up into ultras that we see a lot of players going for at the moment. And the key to this is that TLO needs to not die until he gets ultras. It really is that simple. I know that seems really complex and harsh, but with his Hive coming down, clearly that needs to get there, but ooh, that isn't so good. The Hive was spotted by a hallucinated Phoenix. That's great news for ToD, but not so much for TLO, who's getting his Baneling Nest now as well. But this could trigger a push out of ToD, and he is now starting to move forward. And the reason this will trigger a push is because seeing that Hive just says, my opponent is teching very rapidly. What's the bet? That they don't really have anything to defend with just at this moment. Ventral Sack's also coming down. Overlord Speed coming down. TLO, are you going for some kind of funky build? We've got to keep an eye out for this, but now, ooh, a lot of sentries out of position. ToD, you've got to be careful. You don't want to get surrounded by these, because then you will lose all your sentries. A couple of Zerglings coming to go for the counterattack, but Stalkers will complete the wall off once again. That's fine. Zerglings just running around everywhere. Literally, all TLO has to defend with at the moment are Lings. Nothing more, nothing less. He's about to have some Banelings as an option. He's got his Baneling Nest finished, so he can start morphing some of those in, which if they do connect with the sentries would do devastating amounts of damage, but that's a big if. 8 Banelings are morphing in. The Force Fields have to now be good for ToD. If he doesn't get these good Force Fields down, then the Banelings are going to destroy everything that he ever knew and loved. But if he gets the good force fields, TLO is in a little bit of problems. ToD behind is getting up his Templar Archives. There's the Ultralisk Cavern, just as expected, as we should be coming down. Now Spinecrawler is desperately trying to get placed, because TLO knows if he holds this off, if he can get that Ultralisk Cavern, which is about a minute away in game, he will be able to start getting out those Ultras in a good spot. Some hallucinated Archons coming down. The Banelings zoned out by the force fields. Great control here from the XMG player. TLO, he's trying to hold on for dear life. The Banelings can start loading up into the Overlords very soon. Just 3 more seconds, then the Bane Rain can start occurring, and that is what TLO is going to want to try and utilize. Then force fields will no match for the Banelings coming in. In come the Overlords. Charge the Light Brigade is already on its way. The Banelings starting to drop down. The sentries getting taken out. This is what, in all honesty, TLO wanted to see, but he's only got 4 more Banelings sitting there, sending just 1 lone Overlord in. That's an easy thing to target down, but the Banelings getting dropped out straight on top of these Stalkers. Good damage being done. The shields of them are down, but the numbers starting to dwindle. Zerglings streaming in. They've got 2-2 upgrades as well, these Lings, up against 1-1, so they will decimate through all of these Stalkers. Even the Zerglings not going to trade too well against the Zealots, so that's quite good. Banelings now rolling forward, some big hits coming down. Most of this army getting taken out. Another massive connection there. The sentries go down too. This is looking good. TLO trying to get down the Ultras, but critically, he's kept up that third. Such an important thing right now. The Mothership Core is still up, still chipping away, but the proxy pylons, they're getting taken out. The next one is also probably going to get destroyed. Up come the Zerglings. They see what's happening here. These sentries are going to try and get in a defensive spot with 2-2 Lings surrounding them. There's only so long that they can last. They're getting taken out very quickly. The Zealot even getting taken out here. The Warping in Zealots, they're getting destroyed. 3 Ultras coming in behind this. Chitinous plating and +3 melee attack is all on its way. This game is starting to suddenly look very good for TLO, because ToD has not expanded. He committed a lot to that push, thinking he could break it, but ToD, with the Bane Rain, managed to pull through and is now coming in for the counterattack. Of course, the Ultra's not even out yet. The Zerglings alone doing some nice damage, but with this big warp in of Zealots, that should be forced back for the time being, but it's only a matter of time now. Ultralisks on the way. TLO is still sitting at just 64 drones, so not even that high, not in the 70+ mark that a lot of players are used to seeing. Now, of course, sitting down here, we do have the third base trying to get taken as these sentries force back the Overlord. The Overlord with speed, though, won't get killed by those sentries, but Ultra's now starting to om-nom their way through, and this is not what ToD would have wanted to see. He's got Zealot and 4 sentries to try and kill Ultralisk, which are 2-2, and about to have chitinous plating kicking. This is certainly not the sort of situation that ToD wanted to come in at. He does have the robotics facility, but is not producing Immortals. They could really help him. He just doesn't have the gas for them at the moment. Of course, +3 ground carapace coming down, pathogen glands coming down, +3 melee attack, and chitinous plating, as I said, already done. Things looking good for TLO. He is taking a 4th base as well. He's looking to level out this series 1-1. Is he going to be able to do it, or is ToD going to be able to pull on a bit of a miracle? The Nexus at the 3rd is trying to get taken here, but will it be enough? 4 Ultras now ommoing their way through. A single Immortal dealing the damage that is needed, but an Ultralisk from behind. The surround comes down. Those hallucinated Archons not lasting too long. That one lone Immortal, though, dealing so much damage, 55 damage per hit, really helping knock down these Ultras. But of course the Ultras still pushing in. Zerglings pushing in. The Zealot's getting taken out, but the Ultra will fall. The 3rd base is getting focused at the moment. The Ultralisk and Zerglings are going to take it down. ToD doesn't get the cancel either. That's a lot of minerals that he really could have done with in a moment. And of course, while the Ultras are getting taken out, TLO's like, well, I'm still a base up, soon to be 2 bases up. This is starting to look fairly good for me. ToD is on the last breath. He's trying to get down these additional upgrades. He's got 2 coming down, but 3-3 is pretty much the same distance through. Slightly ahead actually on 3-3 compared to 2-1 at least, because the armor only just getting started now. But ToD sitting back, taking up his 4th base. He's going to get down some more Ultralisks, some more Infestors, the fungal growths with the Zerglings, with the Ultras. Soon to be the 3-3 Zerglings and 3-5 Ultralisks that can do so much damage. The only thing TLO hasn't got is Adrenal Glands quite yet, but that could all change. Oh my goodness, there is an Ultra drop into the main. But the Overlord will pick it up and try and get it out of there. Needs to get away. Those Stalkers are going to try and pick it down, but won't be able to do so. Ultra safely back at home, but this is of course leaving open the natural, and there is a lot of Lings here as well. Those Immortals do have to be pretty careful. A sentry does go down the force fields. There is an energy for some, but not enough, and of course one of those Immortals getting very low. The Ultra trying to its way through, and if the Immortals go down, as they have, now of course these Ultralists don't really have any threat coming into them. A couple of High Templar warping in. They can morph into Archons, but no Storms, not really that good against Ultras anyway. And of course this is where the damage is being done at the same time. Ultra drop back into the main base. TLO is looking to take this game. He's now double the supply of his opponent. He's about to knock out this 3rd once more. Photon Overcharge came down, but that's no good against Ultras. A Fungal Growth does hit the Stalkers, trying to stop that. The 3rd falls. ToD down to 80 supply to the 160 of TLO. And of course, this Ultra in the main base is still having a bit of a party. Just gonna get picked up as the Immortal comes down there. And yeah, ToD just GGing out, seeing that. And that means we get a game number 3. So that's of course good news. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. Then flick over to my channel, and I'll see you at game number 3 in just a sec.